In this video, we're going to be talking all about the accessories that Nintendo may launch for the Nintendo Switch 2. Before we jump into it, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. So I was on Reddit recently and I came across this photo, which is like a mixture of the Switch 2 and a Wii. And I think it's amazing. I also think this would be a great addition for Nintendo to do limited edition consoles each time one of their systems hits an anniversary. We've seen PlayStation do it with the anniversary of the PS1, where they do a PS4 that looks like a PS1. They did a PS5 that looks like a PS1. And I think it's fantastic. And I know the fan base loves it. Just imagine with me, if you will, an NES version of the Switch 2, a Super Nintendo version of the Switch 2. The N64 could be kind of a gray with the light gray on the sides for the Joy-Con, or transparent plastic. I think we all love that. I know I would. I'd probably go broke just buying Pro controllers and Joy-Cons, because I basically did back when the 64 was brand new, because I love that transparent plastic. You know, but then you see, like, they could do a indigo one that was for the GameCube, and they could do the Wii that we see here. They could even do DS and do a silver one if they wanted to. They could go crazy. I just think this is a fantastic idea. I love the render here. I think it's gorgeous. But it got me thinking about accessories. Now, Nintendo Switch Online has plenty of retro games, and we've had the opportunity to purchase NES controllers, Super Nintendo controllers, 64 controllers, and even Sega Genesis controllers. I'm wondering, as the system evolves, and I do think it will, I think NSO will evolve, and I think we get to a point where we start to see the majority of Nintendo's first-party library become available on NSO. And I'll go into that for a second. I know there's been a lot of speculation around the microphone on the system, and that people think it's going to be used for voice chat, which is very possible, don't get me wrong. But there are a lot of first-party Nintendo games going back to the GameCube and the DS and even the Wii that use the microphone in the game. And I think that microphone is an indicator that games like Mario Party that were on GameCube that you had to use the mic, or take a game like Nintendogs where you could speak to your dog, give commands. Even Animal Crossing utilized the microphone on 3DS, I remember for sure, where you could blow into the microphone and different things would happen in the game. And even screaming objection in Ace Attorney. That was all quite fun, honestly. And I think that is pointing towards a greater virtual console, along with the potential for voice chat, which I hope happens. I hope it's built into the system. We don't have to use the app anymore. But then when you start thinking about accessories, well, if the Wii gets added to Nintendo Switch Online, would you guys want to see a Wii remote and a nunchuck that were compatible with the Switch, so that when you went back to play some of those Wii games, you were playing it exactly how you were back in the day? Don't get me wrong, it's not always my favorite having to use motion controls for games like Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3, or even Mario Galaxy. I didn't love it. Skyward Sword, also a little bit janky, right? But it did work, and that's how we played those games then. Would I purchase a handful of Wii remotes? Yes. Would I be using them to bowl if Wii Sports makes its way to Nintendo Switch Online? Absolutely. And I think that would be a lot of fun. And I think it's something that is possible, right? Nintendo has re-released GameCube controllers. I think they will do a wireless version of that this generation. I don't know that it will be the Wavebird, because the Wavebird had some legal issues, and I don't know if we could ever see that again. Who knows? They've got the money to make it happen if they wanted to, but I just don't know if they will. But I do wonder about the Wii. I don't think Wii U is going to have any kind of library added to Nintendo Switch Online, because almost all of the major first-party games from Wii U are already available on Switch. But up until the Wii, I could see those accessories becoming available, just like we've seen the N64, the SNES, and the NES, and even the Sega Genesis controller, as well as a wireless GameCube controller. And I do hope that they lean more into these accessories this time around. And like I mentioned earlier, do some 64 controllers that have the transparent colors. Do some GameCube controllers that look like my Mario Club Nintendo controller right here. Like, I love this controller. And even my Wii remotes were Mario and Peach. So I love that kind of stuff and hope we continue to see that. Albeit I would love just a black or a white one. That would be great too. But I love it when Nintendo really themes their items and just kind of makes them a little more special. The other accessory that I think is a no-brainer that we're going to see potentially from multiple games is special edition mice. I could see games like Mario Maker 3 getting its own mouse, and the bright yellow with Mario and Luigi with their hard hats. And because I assume if that game comes out and there is mouse functionality built into the system, we are easily going to be creating stages with a mouse. It's going to be the easiest, maybe even easier than a stylus, using a mouse to create levels. And I can't wait, honestly. But I don't think it stops there, because you have games like Fire Emblem that will probably play a little bit better with a mouse. You have games like Metroid Prime that could potentially be played with a mouse. And so you could have different variations of mice along with pro controllers that come out for a majority of these games. Even Splatoon could be played mouse and Joy-Con. I don't think it's going to be mouse and keyboard, but you guys are getting what I'm saying, right? I think it is a very real possibility. And this may be out in left field a little bit, but I do wonder if Nintendo is going to lean into their classic libraries, including the DS and the 3DS, if that USB-C port on the top isn't so that we can attach a second screen and be able to play some of those classic games natively the way they were designed when they came out. I think there's a possibility there. And like I mentioned, Mario Maker 3, that would be a lot of fun, having that second screen where you could build below and see what's happening above. And I kind of feel, as healthy as Nintendo is, there's an opportunity for them to get a little weird or get very Nintendo this generation and not have to play things so close to the chest. They can experiment a little bit more and have a little more fun and really, in some ways, give the community what we want, being able to play DS games, play Wii games, 3DS games. My dream is to be able to play every first-party Nintendo game on the Switch 2. That is something I've been wanting for so long, and we've gotten very close with like the Wii and the Wii U even. We were just lacking a handful of titles like from 3DS on the Wii U, but it was really getting there and getting close. And I think this could be the generation where we can start to complete our libraries when it comes to first-party Nintendo games, and I really, really hope that that is the case. So I want to hear from you on this. Do you think Nintendo maybe gets a little weird this time around? What do you think about special edition mice to be able to use on your Nintendo Switch 2? Let me know in the comments, and we'll be talking about this on the live show that I'll be doing on Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube. Just make sure to stop by the live, share your opinion, and become part of the conversation. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one.